Hello, Clay Farnsworth here, Graves Golf Academy. This is the coaching session of the videos you sent in yesterday. So a couple things here to address. Trent was working with you, getting the lead arm on top of the chest, okay? Making sure that we then create what Mo called the rod, getting that club shaft aligned with the inside of the lead arm, okay? And then increasing the tilt away from the target. So right now we need more what we call side bend. Right now you're pretty straight up and down. We need to create about that much side bend. You'll see that with Todd right here. Okay. And we want to make sure that the club shaft is then aligned with the inside of the lead shoulder. And the club head will start beneath the nose. I'd like to see the trail foot a little more square to the target line as well. All of those will help us with motion. All right. I'm going to take Todd to that same place where his hands are at shoulder height, and you'll clearly see leverage created by the club. This would be leverage angle. All right. You haven't created any leverage angle. I'll give you a little drill to work on that. Now we're going to go to the all-important down the line view. Okay, one of the other things that Trent talked to you about was making sure you had the proper distance from the golf ball. Okay, right now you're a little too close. You're probably that much too close to the golf ball. From toe line to the middle of the ball, and he said roughly, I'm going to tell you, get 26 inches from the ball. I'd rather have you too far than too close. All right. And then what that's going to do, it's going to change your tilt forward. It'll also change, get that club shaft aligned properly and create the single plane. Basically, if we need to get all of those positions correct so we can even work on club motion, because you'll just see here pretty much hands and arms are just raising that club above the head. You'll see a whole different rotation of Todd. All right. So let's pick off these address positions. That's going to help considerably. And then I'm going to give you a little drill to work on to get rid of that right there. So bear with me for a brief moment. And we'll put the down the line view on here, but I will show you face on as well. Okay. So face on, there's about 4 things we want to change, all right? First thing, make sure that the trail foot is a little bit more perpendicular to the target line. So instead of having it rotated out, just want to get it square to the target, okay? Secondly, want to make sure the lead arm is on top of the chest. And then we create that, what Mo called the rod. That's a relationship from the inside of the lead shoulder to the club head that will then start beneath the nose. And we'll create about 15 degrees of side bend with this club. So tilt away from the target, lead arm on top of the chest, trail foot, get the club shaft aligned, and then that club, the butt end of the club will then reference the lead side of the body or the pivot point. That'll be important in a moment, okay? The down the line view will then change. One of the other things I add is a yardstick, okay? And I'll put it out in front of the golf ball there, and then I can clearly see when I'm the proper distance from the golf ball. You see my legs are relatively straight. When I get my side bend, The front of the shoulders appear to be slightly right of target. That's because the lead arm is on top of the chest. With my tilt away, it also lets me see the lead shoulder and lead arm above the trail arm. All right. Then from there, that's that first move to work in and then up to the top of the backswing. Now here's what I would have you do. Remember I told you about the pivot point. So when you get these address positions correct, you're going to take the butt end of the club and put it against the pivot point. We're going to grip the club shaft here. And what we're working on is the club moving in and up to the top of the backswing. So the club moves in, up. What that'll look like down the line. In and up. So let's get these address positions down and then work on that short club drill to get the torso and hips controlling the swing, not the hands and arms. Thanks for sending the videos in, Carlo. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.